So, hello and welcome back to another video on Advanced Network Exploitation Expert. We are starting with another topic, or we can say another section for the first module, the basics. The section is all about Metasploit, and the name explains the same. It's a Metasploit all the things. We will be starting by the basic to the post modules. We'll be exploring each and every functionality that is required for this entire course. So Metasploit is more than just a tool, what it says, and it is a framework developed for penetration tester and security professional. It's a framework through which other exploits are built on, right? Other scripts are built on. What does it means by built on? So it has some set of rules, set of procedure, process, function that can be utilized in order to create those scripts, and those scripts are divided into three different types of the module, right? The first is auxiliaries are more into scanners, where it validates whether the destination is vulnerable for a specific vulnerability or not. The exploits are something attack script. It will going to perform an intended attack, whatever is designed for, right? And the post modules are something that helps once we compromise our destination server, like tunneling throughout the network, finding sensitive information, performing a privilege escalation enumeration, of course, and so on and so forth. So this is all the basic idea of Metasploit. I'll quick repeat the same. It's a framework through which other scripts are built on. Framework offers few different function, procedures, and processes which can be utilized to writing those scripts. There are three different type of modules: auxiliaries, which are scanners; exploits are the attack scripts; and the post modules, which are for the post exploitation process, right? Perfect. So let's dig into the practical approach so it will make more sense. So the first and foremost here, I would like to introduce a tool before moving ahead. The tool name is MSFDB, Metasploit Database, of course. What it does, it manages all the database activities for the Metasploit framework. Like it can initiate the database server. Of course, it uses this PostgreSQL, and it you can use reinit, which will going to delete whatever is running or whatever is created so far, and it will going to add a new or make a newer one, right? So I always recommend to go with that whenever you are approaching with the different target, right? If the last target is solved, of course. So I'll go with the MSFDB and reinit. So what it did, it said already database server is running because I already started earlier. Drop databases. The database name was MSF. It dropped the user. It dropped configuration file, basically deleted the configuration file, stopped the database, started database, and so on and so forth, right? So once it is done, you can boot up your Metasploit with the different ways. The first and foremost and recommended way is to use the MSFDB run. What it will gonna do, so if you somehow forgot to start database server, it will automatically start that database server and move ahead. So let's just give it a try. MSFDB run. It says it's already running and started, and should be good. The next, what it will gonna do, it will going to run MSF console. Here we go. I got to inside the Metasploit framework console, through which I can interact with the Metasploit framework, right? Metasploit framework at current time has 2233 exploits, 1179 auxiliaries, which are the scanner scripts probably, 398 post modules, the post exploitation modules or scripts, some payloads, some encoders, knobs, and evasion. Not all are in the scopes, but yeah, payloads and encoders are something that will be in our current scope for this specific module. Probably if I create another uh, specific dedicated session or dedicated course for the Metasploit, I'll include knobs and evasion too. But right now, let's just move ahead. So this is the one way through which you can start your Metasploit framework. The next way is just type msf console. So if you don't have started that database server, then you're gonna get an error saying that database is not running and so on. So should be good in like few seconds, and here we go. We have our Metasploit screen. Once you are connected to the Metasploit, you can do varieties of things. You can just type help and it will give you a list of different options and argument it allows. So this question mark is for help menu. It is gonna just show you the help, right? Banner will going to display some Metasploit banners. Those are awesome really. So just let me type banner. Here we go. The first banner, 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 banner. You can type color and let's say false. Right now I'm getting some colored output. If you don't wish to go with that colored one, you can just make it false, and then banner you'll get totally in the white or whatever the default color is, right? You can make that color to true again to get the, of course, that colorized output. This is just for fun, nothing pretty much extra. So yeah, this is the first important command for our learning objectives. Of course, there are some other through connect. What it will gonna do, it will gonna connect to any remote host, just how you can connect through the netcat, right? If you are not clear with any of the command, you can also type help and the argument or command name. So let's say help connect. What it says, communicate with the host, similar interacting via netcat, nothing different. So if I scroll up, there are like so many arguments. You can just go through it, understand it, and get whatever is required, right? For this course, we'll be not focusing on all, of course, but some of them are the important one that I will be focusing on, out of which we'll start with the database backend command. What are we gonna do? It will gonna interact with the database, it will gonna save database, it will gonna update database, import any data to the database, and so on. I already have nmap output for one of my targets. So let's say it's dumped via XML, so it's all XML data which you can import using this db underscore import command, right? So imports a scan result. There are so many scanner result you can import in Metasploit, of course. So you can just type help and db underscore import, and you'll get all the different format which is supported by this Metasploit, right? And out of those, there is an nmap, which will be, of course, looking forward. So db underscore import and my file name, which is nmap underscore output.xml, and should be good. It had just one single target which it did import it. If I now type host, if there are multiple hosts, and if I type host, it will gonna display all the different hosts. If it managed to find operating system information, it should have displayed here. But right now there is no operating system information, so we can just have this as an empty, right? The next here is the services. So you can just type services and you'll get a nice and decent format list of the services. So you can keep track of your like 100 or 1000 nmap, right? And everything will be displayed here. So you can just type your command and should be good. Hope that makes sense, right? So you just scroll up. There are so many different arguments, right? So where's this services? Here, host loot. If you have anything like credential or something. If you have saved any nodes, it will be displayed by this typing nodes. Vulnerabilities, if you found any vulnerabilities, confirmed any vulnerabilities through the auxiliaries. Workspaces are something like what you use in Windows, having a multiple different segments, not the segments but different work environment or cloned environment for the same. So there are so many different arguments. You can go play around it and should be pretty much it. Hope that makes sense and we can move ahead with the other things, right? So that's it. That is all planned for this video. This entire basic topic, or I can say Metasploit, all the things, the basic will be divided into some different parts, right? And this is the first part which is concluded, and through which we learn multiple things about the database, Metasploit database, how you can import your Nmap XML file, and the other arguments, how you can find the help menu for those arguments, right? So we can start with the next topic or the next part in the next video. So that's it. That's all for today. See you next time. If you like, if you learned something new, hit that like button. And yeah, you can comment below if you need or if you have any suggestion, of course. So yeah, that's it. That's all. See you next time.